Nintendo fans, it's Jaywitz here with another video in partnership with Ubisoft for Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Ubisoft flew me into E3 to check out a demo for the Nintendo Switch title, Mario plus Rabbids, and I was able to get some time working with one of the designers for the game, learning some stuff about what the heck's going on, some backstory. I'll try and share the things that I remember from the talks that we had, but in general I'm going to go over the gameplay of this game. I'm assuming if you've seen this video that you've seen my other one where I sort of summarized all the main points that I learned by playing this game and talking with the different developers on the Ubisoft team. But holy crap, this game is it's so weird. I mean, even knowing everything now, it is super weird. This game, I've heard the words, you know, Mario and Rabbids. They were spoken in the same sentence several different times over the last couple of months, even the last couple of years. But never in my life did I expect that when you combined like the Rayman World Rabbids with Super Mario, XCOM style with squad-based shooting and cover, but still turn-based and like movement-based, and I just can't even fathom that this kind of game would ever exist. But I am so happy that it does. I love games like that, and games that are sort of in that same genre. Stuff like Valkyria Chronicles, even to some extent Intelligent Systems codenamed Steam. I love strategy titles, but I love this specific kind of strategy title where there's sort of this like tactical action built in. Cover matters, your position matters, your actual like height on the battlefield matters. You're not just on a 2D plane, and oh my god, here we are. We're in for combat. Oh, there is so much going on. I'll try and explain the story bits as we get to them. In general, I was actually left out from most of the story. But hey, here's what it looks like when you get into combat. So there's an overworld section where you can sort of move around, collect coins. There's more to do in the overworld than just walk. We'll get to that eventually. But hey, here is the battle. I'm taking a look, scouting around. This character, their name is Beep Zero or Beep O. This little Roomba with ears is sort of your cursor, but also your sort of guiding character. They know something about this world that, at the very least by the time I did this demo, that I do not. They know something. And here's our crew. We've got Mario, Rabbid Luigi, and Rabbid Peach. You always have a team of 3. I was told you have to construct your team with one Mario character, one Rabbid character. The third is up to you. I'm running up to cover. These sort of chest-high walls, I guess, are half cover. They sort of present this cover where if someone tries to fire at you, you have a 50% chance of being hit. They could hit you, they could miss. It's actually, it literally deals in that absolute. It is a coin flip. And I'll get more to that as we get deeper in. So, for example, Mario is at another chest-high wall that's a 50%er. So you don't deal with like weird, crazy percentages, at least as far as I was going through this, where it's like you have a 36% chance of hit. You have a 91% chance of hit. It's either 100%, 0%, 50-50, or they're completely out of range. So for example, here it's 0%. They're under tall cover. Where I am currently with Mario, I actually can't hit them. However, if you do fire at a character behind the wall, you can start chipping away at the wall to eventually break cover. Different weapons have different cover-breaking strength. The only weapon class I think I was able to use this whole demo is the Blaster, which had pretty weak block breaking strength, or whatever, high cover breaking strength. But anyway, that's what we've got. I'm behind my cover, so I figured, hey, let's chip away at this brick a couple of times. Let's force the enemy out. Right off the bat, they got a pretty rude dash melee attack out of me. But it does inspire me to now show you guys how the heck dashing works. If someone is within your movement radius on your turn, you can just run up, bop them on the head, and continue your movement as if no like movement penalty happened. So it doesn't even use up part of your move. You do that, you can do a full additional move. So anyway, I run up, I hit him. It does not count as your attack, and then you're able to attack. On any given point during your turn, you're able to complete all of your actions for all your characters. Normally it's 3, but early in the demo here, all we have is move and shoot. That is literally the most basic battle, so it's over before I even get to explain the real meat of it. But don't worry, there will be more where that came from. So right off the bat, this game is just... It's really, really pretty. It gives me that, like, the new Super Mario World, or new Super Mario 3D World. I think I got all the buzzwords in there. That aesthetic, it reminds me of very much. This, like, super colorful, clean world. And here we are, boom, out for more combat. This level's already introducing a whole lot more things. But here's another example of the dash attack. You run up, you dash, you hit them, but it does not use your combat. So I ran up behind the wall so that I can flank this opponent and get that 100% hit. I don't have to worry about, see, like here it shows, you can see the little grayed out 50% over this character hiding behind the right wall. But if one of my characters moves in a way where they are then behind the wall, we no longer have to deal with them. So the cover, it's simplified if you've played other games like this. However, it's simplified in a way where I think people that are new to this genre, they won't have to worry about numbers. There are a lot of other numbers you need to worry about, a lot of other things with percentages. Cover and hit percentage will not be one of them, at least from what I understand, from my limited scope of the demo. By the way, I don't actually think I was able to do this in the entire last combat, but you can also springboard off of one of your characters in order to get a big movement boost. Here, I just use it to move a little bit farther forward, get under another set of cover, but we'll be doing it a lot. You can do a ton with that one movement action. Like right now, all I can do is move and shoot, for example. And these enemies, the ones with the helmets, they can steal my exact move. So there, for example, they had a 50% chance of hitting me because the cover blocked their line of sight. They got me anyway. He got to bounce forward off of his friend. Once again, 50% hit me twice. Dang, coin flips are not in my favor. But you know what is in my favor? Is the fact that they decided to tuck themselves up against this flammable crate. Now, I'm going to dash just to get some establishing damage. Run back under cover. So you get to move a lot. Like, if you're able to get a dash attack, you actually... It basically resets your whole movement. I set him off in burn. Burn is a crazy effect. From what I understand, when you are burned, you jump, I don't know how many times, like the actual number of hops, but you jump all around. If you touch another person, they don't normally go in one direction. They can go left, right, run in a circle. It's very erratic. You can actually share the burn with other people. Here, there's also warp pipes. Run in a warp pipe, dash attack. Back in a new warp pipe. I basically just did a full loop-de-loop. I sort of just did this because I can. Unfortunately, at the end of all of it, I think I'm slightly out of attack range. So I can't show you guys the cool, oh, move, dash, double pipes, attack. But because Rabid Luigi's up here, I could use him as a springboard if I wanted to. I also have the option of coming in here, dashing, hitting him, and then firing with Mario. So we're going to do that. So the warp pipes, the jumping, the dashing, all these things give you an insane amount of movement. What I decided to do instead was, so I dashed and finished off the guy that got burned and ran all the way to the back of the map. And, oh no, it looks like he was in range. He actually did have the opportunity to shoot there. Rabid Luigi gets it, hits the 50-50. Battle cleared. Awesome. The other thing with weapons is, they do have, like, variants in terms of, like, minimum and maximum damage, and I think you can get any number in between there. So while there is not variance in terms of, like, oh, will I hit them? Won't I hit them? There is variance in terms of how much damage am I going to do? Am I going to set off criticals? All kinds of crazy stuff, which we'll get to in a second. Speaking of crazy stuff, I mentioned that this game is weird. It just is. That's a Yoshi egg toilet... rubber duck with a choker. I'm talking over it a lot, but this music is just, it's so Grant Kirkhope. It's ridiculous. It's like I just walked into another like Banjo-Kazooie game. And the flowers in the background, I think they actually like vibrate to the music. It's super adorable. Because it's gorgeous. It's just great music. So here we unlock the Piston Panic. And I just realized, I just went around collecting coins. There was a big maze I was talking so much about the music, I didn't even really get to talk about what the heck's going on here. But in the overworld, there are puzzles, there are other things for you to do other than just do combat. For example, unlock weapons. Now, from what I understand, unlocking a weapon doesn't mean you actually get to use it. You sort of unlock the privilege to use that weapon if you can pay for it. So I have 120 coins right now, and I'm looking through different weapons. Oh my god, Hell in a Shell. They really did that. I don't know what. At the very least, no turtles were harmed in the making of this weapon. But speaking of weapons, I'm going to try and explain everything that I understand about them. So weapons have a bunch of different things. How much damage they do to cover, what their range is, and what happens when they hit. In this game, it's called a critical. The critical not only does additional damage, so over there, like it says bounce damage, for example, here. It deals an additional 52 damage if I hit that critical. The chance, it depends on the weapon. Like this one has a 30% chance. On top of that, it will do an effect. This one does push, for example, so it will push an enemy backwards a couple of different spaces. It could push them out of bounds, which does additional damage and sometimes like just instant destroys an enemy. There's actually a lot going on here. They only gave me the one weapon class, and I understand why they did in the demo because, my god, there's so much going on. That weapon had vamp damage for Rabid Luigi, which allows you to temporarily, like for one round, absorb the damage that enemy deals. Yeah, here we are here. Vamp damage. So we've got vamping, bouncing, enemies that inflict honey, which you guys saw, like, there were Goombas just trapped in honey. Honey eliminates an enemy's movement for a turn. So they can still shoot, but they can't move around. So you could stick someone to the floor. There is just so dang much going on. And I love it. I love these kinds of games. I like that there's already a lot of ridiculous decisions that you can make. And it would even be kind of cool if like coins were limited and you actually had to really be smart about like, oh, which weapon am I going to upgrade this way or that way? It probably won't be that way, but at the very least, in my demo, my coins were super limited. I was not able to buy all the upgrades that were available to me. So here we have the maze continues to go. It's actually pretty big. I'm getting pretty lost. But, at the very least, I actually did sort of accidentally discover this thing. Oh no, I've been blocked! You are exiting the demo zone! Oh no! It was here that the Ubisoft employee I was working with said, throughout the game, you'll be unlocking like progressive story items that might allow you to come back to a previous area and re-explore it in a different way, find new challenges, etc. So think, like Metroidvania, think maybe like getting HMs in an older Pokemon game. I got the Mario Rabbids equivalent of cut. Now I can go back and cut that bush. I don't know what these items are, but that was the example. So this sign says Luigi ahead. We're trying to find Luigi. And they just kind of jumped me into the story. I have no idea what's going on other than that. That's Beepo, Beep Zero. I'm going to call it Beepo. The story would be too long to tell you guys and you wouldn't care, but one of my nicknames for my dog is Beepo. It just is. We're going to go with Beepo. Toad's here. Not like Rabid Toad, just like everyday average Toad. And I've noticed through this game, like some characters are completely changed into Rabbids. Some of them are still in the Mushroom Kingdom universe. Again, didn't get to go that deep into the story, but we sort of get to just scratch the surface of it a little bit and get an idea of what the heck's going on. Oh my god. I can actually see the rabbit in the distance here perpetually running. I think we go up and talk to him in a moment. But yeah, this game is strange, man. The Rabbids are... they're weird. They really are. They kind of scare me, I wasn't sure how it would work in the Mario universe. Yeah, like, look at this one. That is horrifying. It's just moving in a very gross way. Now you can proceed to watch me struggle with, like, extremely basic puzzles. By the way, I mentioned there's stuff to do outside of combat. That would be this. This actually reminds me a lot of just playing Persona 5. And it's basically Persona 5. Like, sometimes you're grinding combat round after round, and then sometimes you're doing the puzzle where it's like, oh, if I go through the room this way, I'm a mouse. But if I go through it this way, I'm a human. For all, I don't know what my Persona 5 crossover audience is, but for all 5 of you that did play Persona 5, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, then hey, they're environmental puzzles. very slowly, pretty much as slowly as possible, I do solve this. But there is some payoff to it. You can unlock secret challenge. I did a challenge to unlock a secret challenge. Well, and more coins. And if they're a limited resource, then yeah, that's super important. So off we go. It's actually pretty interesting because that one was not timed as a relaxed puzzle. This is like the most stressful thing ever. It's me trying to figure out this. I'm going to fail it a couple times before I figure out what I'm supposed to do because I am not a smart man. Oh, I gotta step on that switch. Oh, but I've been tricked. Oh, okay, I need to go in the pipe. I need to walk across. I also walk like slowly and carefully. I will learn eventually. You actually can't walk off the edge. You also can't jump. This reminds me quite a bit of Captain Toad. Alright, well, third time's a charm, right? I should be able to learn something from my terrible mistakes. Let's go. I decided I'll leave the 4 coins on the right for later. I still run all the way to the right. I don't know why I keep doing that. But anyways, these are just... They're little... I mean, I guess I can call it challenge, right? If it took me 3 tries. Something else outside of the combat. The combat is obviously my favorite part, but hey, it's something different. There's puzzles, there's quick reflex stuff, and we unlock, ta-da, another weapon that, of course, I don't have enough coins for. This always freaked me out. It's like, do you want to warp to the battle HQ? That's just where you jump in and go to weapon selection, decide, oh, do I want to upgrade something? Do I want to buy something for somebody? I think I should have. I just look at the loaded question. This has honey damage. So not only does it has a 50% critical rate, so half of the shots that you shoot, you're going to get that extra like 52 damage, which is nuts, and stick them to the floor. That is crazy. I don't have 85 coins though. I'm wondering, do I even buy the 40 coin one for Rabid Luigi, or am I just dumb? Here I'm having a conversation with the guy. I was trying to figure out what the arrows meant, because I was like, why does it say plus 10? It means plus 10 compared to what you have currently equipped. It just confused me a little bit because I'm like, why is my honey chance plus 20%? It wasn't 20% before. What it's saying is that is your critical percent. So it's push on one weapon, it's honey on another, but it's just telling you that's your critical damage, your critical percent, your overall hit damage, etc. You can see there was team selection and skill trees. I did not get to play with that, but I saw it briefly. I was going through the opening Twitch presentation, Ubisoft's Twitch presentation, and I really want to check that out. It looks cool. So we're looking for Ouija. I found my Ouija. But I also found some trouble. This guy. They wouldn't tell me anything about his name, but they mentioned that this guy was very important. I also noticed, just going back and playing through this footage, this guy's in the loading screen. I think he's the little guy that runs in the bottom right every time there's a loading screen. The only thing I know about this guy, besides the fact that he has this ridiculous visor, is that he seems to be somewhat responsible for why sometimes Rabbids actually combine with stuff in the Mushroom Kingdom. He doesn't look too happy about it either. It might be completely involuntary, on accident. Someone put that mask on him. Maybe it was on purpose. He's a bad dude. I have no idea. All I know is that we got Parabid Plant as a result, and this guy is a punk. He is a freaking punk. This is just a very early demo. Like, hey, here's what a mini boss could be like. Actually, really hard, right off the bat. And a lot of that is just because everyone has so much mobility. So, like here, this is the tactical view, by the way. I just learned about it for this battle. You can get a look at specific enemies, and you can do the Fire Emblem thing. That's how far they can move. That's how far their attack extends out once you take into account their ranged weapon after they move. So even that's not even taking into account movement skills, pipes, whatever. Characters can move really far, and they can shoot really far. So because everyone can move all over the map and they're teleporting all over the place, you have to treat this game a little bit differently. Like right here, I'm just sitting with Mario. I feel safe. I am not. I am not safe, even under that giant block. And we will see it in just a second. So I spent a lot of time scouring the map, looking around. There's those two kinds of views. There's the regular battle view, I think they call it, and then this one they call tactical view. I don't know if you can call commands out of tactical view. I really hope that you can, though. I didn't mess with it enough, because I would like to be able to move around while still locking the information on your opponent. I want to know, hey, can I run up and hit my opponent without getting hit myself? Granted, that's a very big ask, considering how much range literally everyone has, but it was a question I had regardless. This is also the first map where we have height differences. I wasn't told the exact information, but from what I understood, if you shoot from the high ground down to someone below you, you get a combat advantage. The Obi-Wan special, as they call it. Even though technically Darth Maul had the high ground in episode 1. Anyway, oh yeah, and we also have our special abilities. They are called, oh man, there's a bunch of different words. There's a movement ability that characters get, and then there's these. Utilities? It's not utilities. Oh my god, I know what they're called. I just can't think of it to save my life. I will throw in an annotation to say whatever specific word I'm missing. But regardless, these additional abilities allow you to do something super crazy, but then they have a cooldown. The little clock at the top is the cooldown. When you use these abilities, they cannot be used for X amount of turns afterwards. And they all provide different things. Rabid Luigi's, for example, makes it so that you cannot be affected by special conditions. So things like being lit on fire, being pushed, etc. Here I'm going through a pipe, getting that free melee damage that is unrelated to your weapon. But if you combine that with the weapon shot, for example here, this guy's behind cover, but get out of here. Completely exposed because I flanked him. That's just a complete defeat. So this is the super barrier. I think I decided to use it just for the heck of it. I figured, hey, this one's got a lower cooldown time. Let's just use it. I don't know, maybe someone came me with a special effect. So, we drop it. Rabid Peach's special ability, at least the one that I've got here, is healing. And, by the way, now that we do finally have the actual 3 actions that each character can do, you can do all 3 of those in the same turn. You can move, you can activate your attack, in this case it's shoot, and you can activate your ability. You can do them in any order you want to. So I could move with Peach, go back to Mario, shoot with Mario, go back to Luigi, use Luigi's ability, go back to Peach, use Peach's ability. Whatever you want to do, you can actually like mix and match it up throughout your turn to create different combinations. And that's part of why I'm so slow, is I'm sort of trying to explore all of the things that I can do while also hopefully not getting destroyed. So we're trying to figure out what do I want to do with Peach. I think I kind of liked what went on with the last, with Rabid Luigi. Run up, get the dash damage, get the free shot. It's a free kill. Also, I didn't even mention this, but in the top right of the screen, you'll notice it says defeat Rabid Plant. That's my only objective. I was told, like, you don't have to defeat these little, the little cronies around it. All I have to do is defeat Rabid Plant. So that's giving me this hope that we have multiple objectives in different future maps, which could be really cool. Like, hey, you don't have to do this. However, in my mind, I'm like, hey, maybe this is a good idea, so I don't have 5 different characters firing at me at the same time. So I move Mario around the cover, take a pot shot, try and break up the terrain, and I activate Mario's ability. Mario has the most interesting ability by far. Mario's ability, if you've played XCOM, is Overwatch. It's not the video, it's not even an ability in XCOM. Where you can fire on your opponent's turn if they move within your sights. However, they flanked me completely, fired a rocket, hit me with the critical, lit me on fire, destroyed my cover. Everything went wrong. Now I am completely exposed. Free dash attacks. And it gets to go up here and hit me with free cover. And I get a shot here. My Mario went from like plus over 200 health down to 70 in one series of unfortunate events. So, wow, that felt awful. But in a way, it almost excited me because I'm like, hey, this is kind of hard. Like, you can be punished for being dumb, or in general, just be punished because this game can be punishing. Just because I can run around and one-shot enemies and blast away their cover or flank them, doesn't mean that my opponents cannot. So here, I'm trying to run in Rabbid Peach because her special is healing. It's like a healing wave, and I'm like, Mario's gonna die. I need to heal this man. I hit my critical though, and it's actually kind of helpful what it did. It activated the push ability, and at first I was like, why did it get pushed this way? The aide that I was working with at Ubisoft said he pushed off the wall, so he ricocheted off the wall, then rolled behind me. Oh, shoot. You want to see the best tactical heal ever? The best tactical heal ever is where you don't look at the distance of your area of effect heal, and you activate it without looking, and you heal no one. I didn't even heal Mario. That was like my goal. Now I have like 3 turns of no more healing. So realizing how bad I done goofed, I am desperately looking, what can I do with Mario? Can I jump him off Patch, Rabbid Patch? Can I get back here? I don't want to go to those boxes. I don't even know if it really, maybe partially mentioned it. Those boxes provide cover. However, if someone shoots at you while you're behind that cover, you get hit by whatever the special effect is. You will get pushed. You will get lit. Now, that goes for your opponents as well. So if they go behind that cover in desperation, for example, he did, I could fire and activate the push from it and send them directly into the Shadow Realm. They actually got pushed out of bounds, but it also did enough damage to kill them. So there were a lot of different things going on here. Meanwhile, for Rabbid Luigi, it's just the sort of par for the course what we've been doing. Run up, get the dash damage, shoot. By the way, Rabbid Luigi can move a lot farther than my other characters. I haven't really shown it much because we've had a small sample size. Less damage per shot, had weaker shots, but had more mobility. So the different characters can sort of provide different class roles. Oh my god. Okay, this scared the crap out of me. See how my character's like running in circles? There's a random pattern. When you're burned, your character freaks out. They enter complete paranoia. If she touched Mario, Mario would have been lit on fire. Who knows where the heck Mario was gonna go. But I am just so terrified. Look at this cooldown now. I've got 3 more turns. I won't be able to heal. I really screwed this up for poor Mario. Star of the show, getting wrecked. However, Mario can provide a springboard if I want to. I can get her up on the high ground and try and deal extra damage that way. I realize, well, yeah, like sometimes the springboard thing is cool, not always necessary. I can just run up, get the pipe, and take a shot here. Like here, I don't know what the exact numbers were. I'd have to go back and compare them. I was told you do more damage, so maybe I'll look and see if I'm on the same plane later. But there it was like 33 to 46, which seems pretty high, even with her having some kind of upgraded gun. So with Mario, it's like, what do I want to do? They were kind of hitting me for 50 off of that critical, so I don't think I would die, but it's not looking good for him. However, we have cleared all the enemies around it. I'm trying to get Rabbid Luigi up into range, out of range. Cannot fire enough. The guy did his work, however, it's taking him quite a bit of time to actually get into combat range. I'm just trying to move Mario as far away as possible, once again. Out of range for him, but I want to do the opposite with him as what I'm doing with Rabbid Luigi. I want him to not get hit. I got so scared the Piranha Plant moved up there. I'm like, oh god, could he hit me? The cover might have still broke line of sight. I got criticaled again. I'm starting to realize, wow, does this thing auto-crit on every hit that it gets? I kind of think it does. No matter what you're getting burned. That is terrifying. That is insane damage. However, it is finally close enough where I can get that dash attack in and then still fire afterwards. So I do that. Hey, it's 20 damage. Whatever. We gotta start chipping away. We are like just barely past half. But then I get my shot. I have the bounce ability on my gun. I hit the critical. It's actually it's a blessing in disguise because it hits the Piranha Plant up here, and then I can dash with Peach. So it's nuts. Some of those criticals, I think, long term, you're gonna have to consider, like, is the extra damage worth the off chance that I shoot this enemy and it blasts up on top of a platform? Like, that could have been really bad. I mean, it still looks really bad. Look how low her health is. So hey, I chip in my 20 damage, and looks like I got a free shot here. Yeah, here, look. we're on the same level playing field. I'm not shooting from high to low. 25 to 35. So you get a pretty significant boost when you're shooting high to low. Luigi, Rabid Luigi, once again, completely out of range. This time wasn't my fault. Well, oh no, that's a complete lie. It was 100% my fault. It just wasn't expected. What I should have done is run up Luigi and shot first, and then shot with Mario. Like, the order of operations that you do does matter, but thankfully the game doesn't lock you into, like, you must perform all Mario actions, all Rabid Peach actions, whatever. So, running up to cover and doing nothing once again, activating a super barrier that will probably not take effect. But hey, I did it, okay? You never know. I mean, so for example, if I got shot by one of the piranha rockets there, I would not get lit on fire and run around like a maniac. Unfortunately, Piranha's got a clean shot at Peach, going from 80 down to 55. Oh god, down to 25. So not dead, but extremely close. Even worse than Mario after that first death turn. So now I realize, okay, I have a clean shot. This is sort of the nice thing about the game, is you sort of have guaranteed hits. Like, no matter what, I have a 100% shot. I could just shoot with Rabid Peach and clear it right now. Like, take the same shot I took last time. Oh yeah, also coins. Coins break out of the cover when you shoot them, but you don't have to actually walk into the coins. You can just pick them up with Beepo on the cursor. Kind of cool. Means I don't have to run around, you know, doing chores. So I'm trying desperately. I was like talking to the guy that was demoing for me. I was like, I'm going to redeem myself for that really embarrassing Mario heal that I did last time. Are you ready for this? I am going to get Mario in range of Rabid Peach's heal. So we do one springboard there, pushing him forward, allowing Mario to just get in range of the springboard there, which can jump him up over here. Then, I love that camera angle change, by the way. That was beautiful. I'm not even going to fire with Mario. I'm going to go over to Rabid Peach. I'm going to get her through the pipe. Don't dash into the piranha plant yet. Not yet. I could kill him right now. It even showed, like, it tells you, hey, this will kill him, little rabbit crossbones. No, and I can't go there because you have to go through the pipe. No, I'm going to go here. I'm going to activate my heal and get... Oh... The cooldown still has one more turn on it. Okay, let's just end this. So it's a complete convoluted process for absolutely nothing. But I just wanted to prove that I could do it. It was actually kind of cool. You know, we did the one bounce, second bounce. She's taking selfies over the corpse. It's actually not a corpse. I just realized she's got a little Mario charm on her phone. And she's getting wrecked. To be fair, this is pretty much what happened in our game. She had like 25 health left. But hey, nobody died. People got hurt, but nobody died. But I figured, hey, if this is like the mini boss that they're showing off in this like super like demo for babies, then the actual game is probably going to be pretty decently challenging. And that's definitely something that I seek for this kind of game. Hey, Loogie! He's back! So we got double Loogies, and they just kind of accept each other. They're just like, hey, you know what? That works. Whatever. You're the other half of the fabled duo. Mario and Lewis? Lyle? Oh no, he's getting Mario and Luigi. I couldn't even pronounce that. Llewellyn? I didn't even know that last name. Poor Luigi. Also poor Luigi, because we don't actually get to play as him. That's the end of the demo as we unlock him. Everybody heals back up. Rabid Luigi didn't even take a hit. See, yeah, there in the bottom right, the loading screen is that blue visor rabbit. I don't know what's up with him. In the sky, see that? This is the closest thing to lore and story that I was able to get in the demo. There's always pictures. Began the moment these rabbids and their meddlesome friends teleported us into the Mushroom Kingdom. According to my calculations, it's actually increased in size since we arrived. The energy we've seen floating upwards each time we defeat the enemy. I wonder what? Yeah, every time an enemy is defeated, they don't die. They sort of just turn into blue smoke going to the ceiling, kind of like Twilight Princess. And oh! What are you doing? What are you doing? Thanks for playing. That's how they cut us off. They give us this nice little teaser. what is Bowser Jr. doing? Not Bowser Jr. Rabbid, just Bowser Jr., just the dude. That gives me the idea. A lot of people were wondering, like, are the Rabbids really the main force of evil behind here? Where's my classic Bowser? That's at the very least a little hint, a little teaser of what's to come. That was a trip. Like I mentioned, I love the tactical cover shooter. I just love XCOM, and I love those kinds of strategy games. This is like that to the extreme in terms of movement. Like, the enemies are just teleporting from the other side of the screen. You're teleporting from the other side of the screen. You can move, you can dash into somebody, hit them, shoot them again, activate a thing that allows you to shoot them on their turn. It's very fast-paced, and I really liked it. I want to play more. I even ran into a tiny bit of challenge on a very early stage, so I want to see, what are those tough bosses? Hopefully it gives you a better idea of what's going on with the game and what the combat looks like start to finish. Just going through it, showing off different abilities, healing and missing completely, almost dying, all the good stuff. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you, Ubisoft, for bringing me in, sponsoring this video, and showing us some cool stuff for an upcoming game for the Nintendo Switch. If you want to learn more about this game, you can check out the link in the description to go to the official Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle website. You can learn more about the official characters. I was actually, having played the game, the website was super interesting to me because it tells you all of the character abilities, all of their different weapon classes. And I realized, oh wow, I didn't get to play with any of those things. So there's certainly a lot more to check out. I'll definitely be seeing as they reveal more stuff for this game. That's all for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you guys next time with more Nintendo E3 content.